Hello, Merry Christmas, and welcome to, well, another Tin Dog podcast. I'm going to be talking about the church on Ruby Road, which, as you know, you've just watched. It's the very first Shooty Gatwa special, and I've made some notes. Oh, something about the dyslexia-friendly hardback notebooks in later podcasts. What is important is that I just get to share a few notes with you on this most wonderful of Christmas days. Does this show feel like it did just 3 weeks ago under Tennant? Or does it feel a slightly more mystical thing? Is it because it's new? I don't know. So, first off, Merry Christmas. I much prefer a New Year's Eve special. Genuinely do. Because on Christmas, you're rushing around, you have to fit everything in, you have to make sure your family's all right, and in the back of your head, it's constantly going, oh, Doctor Who's on soon, yeah, I better get into position, better get ready to watch that. And I know that we often just end up watching Doctor Who on our own time, in our own world. That's absolutely fine. But here's the thing. On New Year's Day, nothing's happening at all. There's nothing going on. New Year's Day's a non-entity of a bank holiday. And it's nice to have a Doctor Who special in then. That's just my own thoughts. I'm probably wrong. The church on Ruby Road. Here's the important bit. I don't like watching new Doctor Who. You already know about this, yeah? You already know that I have such incredible anticipation that it gets into my head and I get so worried and so annoyed that eventually I'm thinking, oh my God, it's all going to go horribly wrong and everyone's going to end up hating Doctor Who and it's going to be like it was in the 80s. And it doesn't happen. It hasn't happened since Doctor Who came back. Yes, there's been glitches, moments of abject fear, like when somebody said the moon was an egg. Still haven't let that one go. Won't be letting that one go. That's fine. And you know what? The Doctor singing with Ruby. People are going to fixate on that one. And I've got no other issues with it because it has happened in the past. It's happened in Big Finish and it's been important to the plot. And we've let it go. We have. Some people will be kicking off pointlessly. So let's go through my notes very quickly because this is an immediate podcast as always. Mavity gloves. Yes, we're sticking with the Mavity joke. I know. I don't want them to have done that, but they seem to be sticking with it. It was one quick line, but it was there. Fairies taking babies. Are we going to hit the fairy tale line with this? Because there seems to be a lot more mythic monsters and things like that. Getting further away from the sci-fi and more to the sci-fi science fantasy and going down that route. And if that's the way we're going, that's fine because that's what this Doctor can do. We just would like a bit of warning. Hey, there's goblins, there's singing. And that guy was more Jabba the Hutt than David Bowie any day of the week. But that's fine. And killing him in a kind of a spaceship through the heart, ancient vampire kind of a way with a building. Yeah, all right. It was kind of cool. But it didn't have the build-up, the jeopardy, I don't know. So, there's little things that's going to bug you. They're going to get into your head. Things like, why would a ship made of wood with massive holes in the wall have ventilation shafts when they clearly didn't need ventilation? The screwdriver. Yeah, I know that just like loads of you, we spent a lot of money, and possibly being Christmas Day, you actually got your sonic screwdrivers today, which are now ridiculously out of date, and we're now waiting for the next one to arrive, which admittedly looks more like an old remote from a 1990s TV. Yes, Mrs. Brian May being downstairs and knowing what a TARDIS is at the end. Ooh, you don't hire someone of her acting ability and just have her turn up downstairs as the neighbour. The Doctor not going and finding out who the mum is? Oh, I don't know. Now, Davina McCall. I've just watched her in The Masked Singer. So you know she's all right. So obviously that spate of bad luck, that's fine. You know what? There was a moment where the Doctor says, I'm adopted. I've only just found out. And then there's this rumble in the distance. And all I thought was, hey, that's the sound of 1,000 fandoms going, of all the things to drag over from the Chibnall era, that's the one you're going to go with? Okay. Really? If that's what you want, fine. It helps reclaim some of the mystique that we'd lost over the years by the Doctor just being a Time Lord. Because now we don't know, because neither does the Doctor. But we stopped caring ages ago. I'm sure some people loved this. It was an exciting Christmas time. And we got a Next Time trailer. Ooh. Yeah, no, we did. We got a Next Time trailer. That's fine. You know what? I can cope with the Doctor. And the coat's nice. It's a good coat. Tan, not for me, but that's fine. It works on him. Fine, go with it. So, yeah, I've got notes. And my notes are... It was all right. Yeah. They weren't time travellers, they were time bimblers. And the time bimblers is guaranteed to be the name of a podcast by the end of this evening. The time bimblers. I like it. I can go with that. So are we down for a more fantasy-based Doctor Who? Probably. There was a lot more stuff going on. I mean, let's face it, a few weeks ago, Meep managed to drain half of England into energy fields and then turn the whole thing back and all of the cracks sealed up. The goblins, however, they create a bit of nonsense and that's it. Here's a thing. Ryan, a few years ago, he had dyspraxia. It was really important to the plot, but perhaps he didn't. Perhaps what he had was an infestation of goblins. Think about it. And then stop thinking about it because it's not important anymore. It's not. You know what? It's all right. It wasn't Die Hard on board of a spaceship. It was a lot of bits, but you know what? You're establishing a new Doctor. They did that. Tick. You're establishing a new companion. Did that. Tick. We've got the mystery of who the mother is, that she still wants to find out. The fact that the Doctor didn't run after her, but I'm sure that bit's been filmed in a future episode with Millie appearing in it. Fine. Tick. We can deal with all of that. We've got enough mystery. We've got enough groundwork to go on. And you know what? That's fine. Considering that this was day one of a brand new start, we can go with it. We will. You're here for the ride. Look, I'm going to get back to real life. So until next time, Merry Christmas and be seeing you. And if you're here only for the TV Doctor Who, I'll see you in May. And if you're here for anything else, I'll see you very soon. I've already said be seeing you. Shall I say it again? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Everything discussed is the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. For early access to reviews, follow the show on YouTube or Twitter @Tin Dog Podcast. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.